Hola chicos y chicas, ¿cómo están? Yo soy David, su profesor de español favorito. Vamos a hablar de los planes y de los proyectos. We're going to talk about plans and projects. Si quieren aprender y hablar español, if you want to learn and speak Spanish, with me, I have Zoom classes. Tengo clases de Zoom. Entonces, contact me, and you can join the Zoom class. Okay, and we can talk, podemos hablar. Vamos a hablar del futuro y vamos a hablar de nuestros planes, de nuestros proyectos, lo que vamos a hacer, what we are going to do. Primero, el diálogo. Juan habla con María. Juan speaks to Mary. Juan comienza. Juan starts. Oye, listen. Oye, ¿qué vas a hacer en Nochevieja? ¿Qué vas a hacer is what are you going to do? En Nochevieja is on New Year's Eve. So you could say Año Nuevo. People say Año Nuevo. But the traditional way of saying it is Nochevieja, which means old night. Right? Because it's the last night of the year. So it's kind of old night. That's what it means. Pienso ir. I'm thinking. It literally means I think of going. Okay. Oh, I'm thinking of going a una fiesta, to a party, que van a organizar unos amigos míos, that some friends of mine are going to organize. Van a organizar. They are going to organize. Unos amigos míos. Some friends of mine. ¿Y tú? And you? Yo quiero ir. I want to go. Yo quiero ir al pueblo. I want to go to the town de mis padres, of my parents. So I want to go to my parents' town. I want to go to my parents' town. Pero no sé si voy a poder. But I don't know if I am going to be able to. No sé is I don't know. Pero no sé, but I don't know. Si is if. So it can also mean yes, but in this context, it means if. Voy, in this case, it'll be like I am going. A poder is to, it's can or be able to. No sé si voy a poder. Porque ellos prefieren, because they prefer, quedarse aquí. Because they prefer to stay here. Mi familia va a pasar todas las fiestas en el pueblo. Mi familia, my family, va a pasar, is going to pass or is going to spend todas las fiestas, all the holidays or all the parties en el pueblo, in the town. Pero yo voy a quedarme. But I am going to stay. So quedar, in this case, means stay. So you see, it's very confusing for a lot of learners. But the more we see it, the more you get comfortable with it. And the most important thing is to get comfortable with it. So quedar. Okay, so quedamos a las 7 para hacer los planes to meet up at a time. Should we fix this time? But you can also be like te queda or le queda la camisa. Does the shirt fit you? That's quedar. Somebody has le quedan or quería un pescado. And you would say, no me queda ninguno. I don't have any left. No me queda ninguno. I don't have any left. Because I was just a quick review, a little, side, a little deviation from the topic here, but quedar. Okay, so here, quedar means to stay. Yo voy a quedarme. I am going to stay. Voy a quedarme porque tengo que trabajar. Because I have to work. Tengo que trabajar. I have to work. Pero el día 31, but the day 31st, so on the 31st, pero el día 31 debes trabajar. Debes is like must. You must. So on the 31st, you must work. El día 31 debes trabajar. Sí, yes. Hay que abrir la tienda hasta las 2. Hay que. That's another. So very interesting. I means there are. But when you say hay que, it means it is necessary. So it must be done. Hay que is we must, or it must be done. So here it doesn't really translate, but it just means that hay que abrir la tienda hasta las 2 is we have to open the store until 2. Hay que abrir la tienda hasta las 2. Y mi jefe, and my boss, y mi jefe no puede estar, and my boss can't be, porque tiene que ir a Sevilla, because he has to go to Seville. Sevilla es una ciudad en España, porque tiene que ir a Sevilla, because he has to go to Spain, not to Sevilla, para pasar la noche con los suyos. Para pasar is to spend la noche, the night, con los suyos, with his own. That literally is what it means, with his own. Bueno. All right. Y tú y yo, and you and I, cuando, when, nos vamos a ver. When will we see each other? ¿Cuándo nos vamos a ver? When will we see each other? María, podemos quedar. We can stay. Podemos quedar. Después de las fiestas. We can quedar. In this case, it means meet or fix a time to meet. Podemos quedar después de las fiestas. We can meet up after the holidays, after the parties, after the festivities. Okay, it's actually that word, festivities. Do you hear the fiesta? Festivities, fiesta. See, so there you have the common Latin base that we can, detect in English as well as in Spanish. ¿Qué tal el día 10? So, ¿qué tal? It means like, how about? In this case, it means, how are you? ¿Qué tal? But you can also use it as, how about? ¿Qué tal el día 10? How about on the 10th? Vale. Vale is like a cool, slang. But it's not cursing, right? So it's not vulgar. Vale means like, all right, cool. Vale, pues entonces hasta ese día. Pues entonces means so then. Hasta is until. Ese día, that day. So literally means so then until that day, which means so see you then. See you then. Ok, entonces ahora, ok, has visto. En el texto aparecen varios verbos seguidos de infinitivo. So in this text that I just read and translated for you, there were a few verbs that are followed by infinitives. The infinitive is when you have an R. For example, trabajar, which means to work, trabajar. Estudiar, comer, beber. So when you have an R, it's infinitive. It's not conjugated. When you conjugate it, you change it. You change the verb depending on the person that is acting out the verb, right? So for example, trabajar is infinitive. Trabajo, I work. Trabajas, you work. Ella trabaja, she works. So that's a conjugation. And you have it in English too. To be is the infinitive, to be, right? But then you don't say I be. Well, some people might say that, but it's technically not correct. You would say I am, so that's conjugated, right? You don't say I, so you don't say you am, you say you are. So you see that's the same verb to be conjugated. He, she is, okay, same one. Okay, so it's not only for Spanish, it's for all languages have conjugations of verbs. Okay, so great, we have that. So you're going to find all of the verbs that have the infinitive. Okay, so ir a, okay, ir a, that's to go, like voy a, ¿qué vas a hacer? Okay, but you can also say pienso ir, I am thinking of going. Pienso means, actually, yeah, pienso. So I think, and ir is infinitive. Pienso ir. Quiero ir. I want to go. Quiero ir. Ok. Muy bien. Ok. También va a pasar. Is going to spend. Va a, and then infinitive. Ok. Perfecto. Tengo que. I have to. Tengo que, and then infinitive. Tengo que trabajar. Deber. Debo trabajar. Debes trabajar. Must work. Debes trabajar. Hay que abrir. We must open. Hay que, and then infinitive. Hay que abrir. So the first verb changes, is conjugated, and the second one isn't. Okay? No puede estar. Puedo. I can be. Puedo estar. Puedes estar. El jefe no puede estar. So there again, estar is infinitive, it doesn't change. The first one, I can be. Puedo estar, so puedo changes. Can you be? Puedes estar. Puedes changes. Estar stays the same. El jefe, the boss, no puede estar. The boss cannot be. No puede estar. Okay, porque tiene que again, tener que es must. Tengo que, I have to. Tengo que ir, I have to go. Tienes que ir, you have to go. Okay. Okay, y vamos a ver. We are going to see. Voy a ver, I am going to see. You see, voy a ver, I am going to see. Vas a ver, vas changes. You are going to see. Vamos a ver, we are going to see. Vamos a ver. Okay. Podemos quedar. We can fix después de las fiestas. Okay, so if that is confusing, I can't explain everything in these podcasts. This is just to give you an introduction. Now, in class, we're going to practice this a lot today. Actually, next class, because it's important, to master this. Okay, and you're going to talk about your wishes. Okay, deseos, intenciones, intentions, and you can also talk about actions in the future, acciones en futuro. Okay, entonces vamos a utilizar estas expresiones. Okay, muy bien. Entonces ahora vamos a practicar ir a. Ir a, to go to, and then infinitive. Con la perifrasis, ir a más infinitivo, podemos hablar de nuestros planes y proyectos. We can talk about our plans and projects, porque expresa un futuro próximo o inmediato. Because it expresses, a near future or an immediate future. Normalmente lo acompañamos de las siguientes marcas temporales. Normally, we accompany it with the following temporary marks or temporary expressions, right? Esta tarde, this afternoon, esta noche, this night, or tonight, este fin de semana, this weekend, este verano, this summer. We're going to talk a lot about the summer. La próxima semana, next week, el mes que viene, the month that comes, or it's the next month, right? So, que viene is that comes. Okay, so, but of course, that doesn't make sense in English. El mes que viene, the following month, the next month, mañana, tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to use a lot of these expressions. Esta mañana voy a ver a Pedro. This evening or tonight, I'm going to go see Peter. Pasado mañana is the day after tomorrow. Pasado mañana, vamos a empezar el trabajo. We are going to start work. ¿Vas a comprarte el coche este año? Are you going to buy yourself the car this year? So, comprarte here is yourself. You're going to buy it for yourself. ¿Vas a comprarte el coche este año? Are you going to buy it for yourself? Sara no va a venir a trabajar hoy. Sarah is not going to come to work today. Ok, entonces vamos a utilizar estas expresiones y vamos a hacer estas preguntas. Ok, ¿dónde vas a cenar esta noche? Where are you going to have dinner tonight? ¿Qué vas a hacer esta tarde? What are you going to do this afternoon? ¿Dónde vas a ir después de clase? Where are you going to go after class? ¿Qué vas a visitar el fin de semana? What are you going to visit on the weekend? ¿Qué vas a hacer durante la pausa? What are you going to do during the break? ¿Vas a salir de copas esta noche? Are you going to go out drinking tonight? ¿Con quién vas a comer hoy? Who are you going to eat with today? ¿Vas a leer luego el periódico? Are you going to read the newspaper? ¿Vas a ver una película esta tarde? Are you going to watch a movie this afternoon? ¿Vas a llamar a tu familia hoy? Are you going to call your family today? So we're going to ask all of these questions and you're going to ask to answer these. Now, if you want to talk about your intention of doing something, so you're not going to say, I am going to do it. That expresses a lot of certainty. Voy a estudiar. It means I'm going to study. A lot of certainty. Okay. Entonces hay mucha certidumbre. Okay, that's certainty. But if you're just expressing an intention, una intención, para expresar la intención de hacer algo en el futuro, to express the intention of doing something in the future, podemos usar otra forma. We can use another form que has visto en el texto 1, that you heard and saw in the text. It's about pensar más infinitivo. To think plus infinitive. I'm thinking of doing something. In Spanish, we have something similar. El día 31, on the 31st, pienso ir. I'm thinking of going. Pienso ir literally means I think to go. But of course, in English, you say I'm thinking of going. But in Spanish, it's I think to go. Pienso ir a una fiesta. Pienso ir. Podemos decir voy a ir a una fiesta. You can say I'm going to go to a party. Y en realidad, and in reality, or in truth, expresamos lo mismo. And we're really expressing the same thing. Pero ahora conoces una forma más para hablar de tus intenciones. But now you know of a different way of speaking about your intentions, planes, plans, y proyectos para el futuro, and projects for the future. Okay. So here, okay, we're also going to talk about these plans. Aquí tenemos unas hojas de la agenda de Juan. We can talk about John's agenda or John's schedule. Y la información no está muy clara. The information isn't clear. Así que primero pregunta a tu compañero lo que no entiendas. So first, you're going to ask your partner what you don't understand. Okay, so you're going to have partner A, partner B, and you're going to say, you're going to clear up the information, right? So for example, here, a las 17 horas, you say 5 de la tarde, 5 o'clock p.m. A las 5 de la tarde, ¿qué va a hacer Juan? What is Juan going to do? Now, perdón, no entiendo. No entiendo qué va a hacer Juan o qué piensa hacer. What does he plan? What is he thinking of doing? ¿Qué piensa hacer Juan de 10:30 a 12 del día? Okay, and then, the first student is going to have the answers to that. So student A has one kind of schedule. Student B has the same schedule, but the information is different. So you're going to have to, it's like a blank, right? Missing information. Okay, so whatever student A is missing, student B is going to fill out. Whatever student B is missing, student A has, and you're going to have to ask your partner, what do they have? What information they have, okay? but it's just going to be communication. The most important thing is to use the future. ¿Qué va a hacer? Okay, what is he going to do? A las 10:30 de la noche, 10 o'clock at night. Okay, ¿qué piensa hacer Juan? What is John thinking of doing? A las 21 horas o a las 9 de la noche. Okay, perfecto. Okay, and then we're going to talk about what is Juan doing. Okay, he is thinking of blah, blah, blah. You know, Juan piensa comer con la familia el sábado. Juan va a ir a la clase de inglés el viernes de 10:30 a 2 de la tarde. Okay, so you're going to talk about that. So don't worry, if you don't master, the important thing here is just to kind of get the basics so that then in class, you'll be prepared. You'll have the basics, you'll be ready. And then it'll make sense in class because you will have already gotten an introduction to it, which is really the point, because the brain really works like that. You hear it once, it doesn't stick. You'll forget it. You hear it once, oh, cool, I got it. You hear it again next week, hear it again. That's why I've designed my program in a way that everything builds on everything else, right? So you're gonna hear something today, you're gonna hear it again in a couple of weeks. Be like, oh, hey, I remember that. And we move quickly. Okay, it's not a slow program. Like I get all my students' results quickly, faster than anybody else, on the internet, but sometimes we do have review sessions and sometimes we do go back, take 2 steps back, really cover the bases. But the important thing here is to get y'all speaking as quickly as possible. So it's important to review. Okay, take notes, go back to the previous videos, to the previous presentations, the previous PDFs. You can also watch the recordings of the classes or listen to the podcast recordings. Okay, whatever, just have it in the background. And that will really help you become fluent because, we're going to get you fluent quickly. All right, guys. So enough talking, very talkative today, but have an amazing evening and I will see you in class. Hasta luego, amigos. Hasta luego.